Happy 19th of November. Of course, that is officially now a new holiday for us wrestling fans. It is Worldwide Windham Day. Happy holidays to you all. And to celebrate the holiday, we had a very decent episode of Friday Night SmackDown tonight. Really enjoyed it. This, though, is things you might have missed. And before we get started, make sure you've hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It's free. And I want to give a shout out to Sean as well, who's there, right there where the arrow is, there at SmackDown. Long-time friend of the channel. I promised I'll get you in the video, dude. People have been asking for a brand crossover ever since the build to Survivor Series began. And of course tonight, we got one as Big E showed up on SmackDown confronting the Tribal Chief and attacking Roman Reigns. Of course, this was in defense of his New Day buddy, Xavier Woods. And I like this. All the build we had for a few weeks is Reigns and Woods. And obviously Kofi as well, who's been ridden off of TV. And you know what? When you get this moment, it makes sense why they've been doing it. It made Big E feel like a credible threat to Roman Reigns. Roman did get the advantage at one point. And again, Big E was able to counter Roman Reigns. That's crucial in the booking for Big E. Seeing Roman Reigns shocked, backing off, that is exactly the image you need to put Big E over, to establish Big E as a character who could defeat Roman. And I don't think Roman Reigns is losing at Survivor Series. I think Big E's going to lose. But just in that moment on the end of SmackDown, you did hype that main event. You did make Big E look smart. You did make Xavier Woods look very smart as well, which is really crucial. And I thought it was a very fun way to end the show. Of course, earlier on in the night, we had seen the Bloodline destroy King Woods' throne, his crown, his cape, everything, leaving King Woods a mess in the ring with all of his accessories too. I wonder, now there was a report that Xavier Woods wanted to create a custom crown. I wonder if this is a way to create that. Maybe it's just a way to get rid of the crown and stuff altogether. I mean, not all King of the Rings have a crown, right? Maybe Xavier's not going to have one too. Of course, we need to touch on the news from last night of more WWE releases. You can see all the names on the screen right there, which is insane, some of these people. I chose not to make a video last night because I was really tired. It was late, but I am most shocked by Hit Row. I think Hit Row had so much potential, and it shocks me. Not only do you release Hit Row, but you're not able to do something with, like I say, a Swerve Scott solo. It's very bizarre. I mean, we don't know details or anything, and I hate to guess, but it's a real shame. And you look at other names like John Morrison, and you think, come on, that dude's got so much potential. There's so much they could have done. I just hope this is something where WWE in a few months' time we can look back and say, okay, it was painful, but now we can see why they did what they did. Going back to SmackDown, though, and Naomi was in tag team action tonight with Vacant from 2K Games. That's what it looked like. Honestly, I don't know why she didn't give her the glow-in-the-dark glasses for the actual entrance. It is, of course, Aliyah. But, my God, does that look like Vacant, right? You can't even see her face. And the match itself was really short with what some people are dubbing the SmackDown Screwjob as the referee counted 3. Now, Naomi definitely kicked out twice, and the referee counted super fast. We then found out backstage that Sonya Deville kind of arranged this. Although she denied every allegation the referee put to her, she arranged it. So once again, Sonya screwing Naomi. However, just prior to that, she was talking with Sami Zayn, who was upset he was removed from the Survivor Series match with a 10-man traditional tag match. And Sonya Deville announced a 25-man Battle Royal for this Sunday's pay-per-view. And this is the card. This is the stacked 25-man Battle Royal. I am hyped for this. Give it to R-Truth. R-Truth needs to win this. I think it's going to be Ricochet. Ricochet, by the way, who looked $1 million tonight on SmackDown. Loved his performance in the Fatal 4-Way. We got this really cool promo vignette from Xia Li. She was talking about her history and her family's history and why and how she became her. And she talked about the fact someone had to wield her father's protective shield And obviously it was her. You see her here punching the landlord. It's obviously comic book, sort of anime style. And it really did hype me for Xia Li. This is very different to the promo videos we've seen in recent weeks. Very different to what she was doing in NXT with Tian Sha. So obviously they're giving Xia a backstory before debuting her on the main roster. Yes, it's different to NXT, but I think it's much, much better. It gives a reason why she's a badass. And I'm all here for that. Jeff Hardy was interviewed backstage on SmackDown. Of course, he was rocking an Edge t-shirt. I thought that was a nice little tribute to his old TLC friend. However, something you might have missed. During this interview, obviously, Jeff was interrupted by Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. And when he laughed at Madcap Moss, it was very, very similar to the Willow laugh. And oh my God, that stood out to me like anything. I love that. Another potential tease of Willow coming to WWE. I'm all here for this. I think Willow should be on the main roster now. I think Jeff Hardy should have debuted this a few weeks ago. I cannot wait. Roman Reigns was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. And you know what? I watched the clips on Twitter and it's very, very cool. It's not broadcast here in the UK. But he was Roman Reigns. He was the babyface. He was the head of the company, representing, obviously advertising Survivor Series. And one of the questions he was asked was about The Rock. Now, you got to wonder, these kind of media appearances are scripted. And if you reference The Rock, does that mean The Rock is there Sunday? I don't know. I really want him to be there. I think Rock at Survivor Series would be huge. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But WWE Shop, they think so. They got loads of Rock merch. This new limited edition to 300 print is available. It looks really, really cool. I love that. The electricity on it. And of course, there's tons of other Rock merchandise. There's t-shirts, the new pop vinyl. There's loads on WWE Shop right now. Just in case you missed it, Toni Storm is the final member of the Women's SmackDown's team. Of course, she was added, I think, on Wednesday on Twitter by WWE. Sonya Deville announcing Toni Storm would be in that match. And talking of Survivor Series, this picture's been doing the rounds on Twitter today. It is of the Raw team, and you can clearly see there's a lot going on here. What the hell is Kevin Owens doing? I love the fact, by the way, that Finn Balor is just the only person that's like, okay, I'll take the picture. You got Lashley wondering what the hell Owens is doing. Seth's like, okay, you're taking my selfie. I'll do that. I'll be in your picture. While Austin Theory takes his own picture. I think this is brilliant. There is a lot of talk as well right now about the storyline with Sonya Deville. And is it racist? Is she getting a racism storyline with Naomi and Aliyah? I really don't know. And the truth is, we don't know until that story plays out. I'm going to hold out judgment. I think if it is, it's a very touchy subject to touch on if you're WWE, but see how they play it out and what happens with it before we judge it. The main event match this week, of course, was Sasha versus Shotzi. Very, very good match. Shotzi looked really good in this, and of course, Sasha Banks always performs in the ring really well. It was, of course, the boss, Sasha Banks, picking up the victory with the Banks statement. Shotzi tapping out, but the two had to shake hands after the match, and they did, which I was quite shocked at, until they didn't, because Sasha Banks spun Shotzi around, hit the backstabber, very, very fitting, and of course left the ring. I love the image of Sasha just walking behind Sonya, and Sonya just like, okay, you got me. And from that fatal four-way I spoke about earlier tonight, we did find out Sheamus is the final man on the men's traditional Survivor Series match. Of course, it was Ridge Holland that helped him, and we know all that's well with the world because they went to the bar. Of course, there was a promo video for Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Do you know what? One of the best promo videos I've seen for a long time on WWE. I am all here for this match. This match is going to be amazing. Whether they just wrestle, I think it will be great. But if they brawl, if they fight, oh, that's going to get fans even more pumped up, more into it. So there's two ways they can go, and I think both are going to be great. If they both just don't care, however, it could be an absolute cluster. Obviously, the Survivor Series predictions video is up on the channel. If you haven't watched it already, make sure you give it a watch before Sunday. and leave your predictions in the comments of the video. Really would appreciate that. And of course, I gotta say this SmackDown was good for a go-home show. It did feel like a go-home show, and a very good one at that. In my opinion, 8 out of 10. It's very easy with all the news of releases to hate on WWE. And yes, the company, the business is awful, but the talent and the wrestlers are amazing. And that's why I watch WWE, and I'm sure it is for a lot of you as well. I enjoyed SmackDown. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video, share the video, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Peace!